in a bar right now, so I have to kind of keep it low key. So, welcome back, folks, to the wet. No. Welcome back, folks, to the Wet Shavers Roundtable. This is Douglas Smythe with these slippery headphones. I'm coming at you live from the tail end of the, it's the very end of Space City, Houston Wet Shavers Meetup. I was on the scene here all day. I had my times confused, though. So when I was ready, no one else was ready because they were right and I was wrong. And now the meetup is over. But I'm still here, and I have Gail with me also, Edwin Jagger fame. So we're on the scene, and we're just going to do I'll do a little recap. If I need to, all I have to say is it was freaking awesome. Mantic was here, too. He was on the scene. Everyone had a great time. We had about 60 people here, if not more. Very stoked about that. But let's just work on the intro. I'm Douglas Smythe, Phoenix Arts and Accoutrements. To my right or to my left is Scott Ostermiller, thecleanshaver.com. Below or above is David Gonzalez of So Sharp Limited. Say hi, David. And our very, very special guest, and thank goodness that we have him here today because I blew the whole meetup on the scene thing. we have Busta. We have the Shave Busta himself, who's been on a little sabbatical, it would seem, the last few months. It's great to have him back, and it's great to have him back first here on our show. How are you doing today, Busta?
I'm good. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, you're gonna fill up some space here today, Busta. We want to know what's going on, where you've been, and what's new.
Well, that's a lot to talk about.
We got an hour, baby, so let's do this.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Hey, just real quick before we get into that, just a reminder for everybody, the little comments and stuff is over on the sidebar, but then the questions, if you have questions, put them down below this on the screen.
Apparently,
record of all the questions. Sorry, go ahead, Busta.
So where do I start? Well, I moved, so that's been a huge part of the last 2 or 3 months is getting settled in Florida. I used to live in New Mexico. Money of you know that, but now I'm in Florida, and it's a lot hotter here, that's for sure.
Yeah, and humid.
Yeah, it's humid too. So all my aftershaves and colognes are like twice as strong as they were before.
Condensation on the side of the bottles.
Yeah,
too.
there you go.
Yeah.
I can't. It used to be I could shave, and then I could leave my razor without drying it, and it'd be just fine. Now, if I do that, it builds up rust and all kinds of other crap. So yes. I have to take the blades out right away. I have to wipe everything down. And, for me, I don't like it. I just want to get out. I want to be done. So it doesn't matter. That's what I have to do. But
damn, and your shave videos were long as it is. So now if you actually add that,
no, I'm not adding
Jesus
that.
Christ, long.
Now you get to learn what everybody else in the country has to deal with. Well, except for me, because I still live in a dry climate. But everybody east of the Mississippi all has to deal with the humidity. So now you can coach people on how to care for their razors after you're done shaving.
Dude, let me tell you about humidity. Houston, Texas.
Okay.
I get out of the car, my glasses fog up, and I'm not kidding at all. See my mustache? I didn't even curl it today. It's doing it by itself. Yeah, I'm sorry, Busta. Go on.
No, that's okay. Actually, the last time to get to Florida, I drove through Houston. And it was the muggiest part of the whole trip. I mean, I don't know what it is about that city, but it's even worse than here, I think.
Yeah, no, it's insane right now. Like I've just been running in and out of air conditioning because in between, it's like walking through Jello.
Yeah,
it's insane.
So
it really was.
I'm kind of settled down now. Got everything settled in, but there's still a lot of my shave gear that's in boxes. And so I couldn't believe how many boxes of shave gear I had until I had to move it. I mean, it's scary.
And did you label it? Did you label the boxes?
Yeah, I did label it.
Okay, smart. I didn't.
No, I labeled boxes for brushes, for aftershaves, for soaps. I had like 4 or 5 boxes of soaps. I mean, big boxes of soaps. I had one giant like kind of container with brushes because I have somewhere around 100 brushes or so. And I don't know. It was one of those things where I was like, okay, did I really? When did I buy all this?
Yeah.
100 brushes?
Yeah, it was crazy. In fact, I took a picture and posted it. We're like, oh, I want that one. I want that one. And, the sad thing is I only used probably 4 or 5 of them consistently. So.
Yeah. No, I've seen that before. I don't have a brush fetish like some guys, like you do. Yeah. For me, it's razors. It's like vintage razors. I have vintage razors I've never even used.
Well, and in my last video, I talked about the fact that I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm just using my Mercury 34C and that's it. because I have a lot of razors, but every time I shave with another one of them, like I'm not as happy. So I'm like, I'm just gonna shave with the 34C. And so now with my videos, I think mainly that's what I'm shaving with. But I switch brushes all the time, so that's a good thing. But yeah, it took me 3 days to drive here, and I drove pretty straight through almost. It was a 24-hour drive, I think.
Wow.
So it's pretty crazy. So I've been gone because
I can't drive like that.
What's that?
I can't drive like that. I'm not happy on road.
No, I just wanted to get it over with. It was great. I had to make the trip twice.
That is unbelievable.
Oh, wow.
The first time I just came and got accustomed to my job, and then the next time I brought all my stuff.
I thought the first time you came, you forgot your cat.
Yeah. No, and so everything is kind of like taking my time away. And so every day I'm like, oh, I should make a shave video, or I should do something online on Facebook. And then I'm like, no, I got too much other stuff to do.
Yeah.
And I was honestly kind of burnt out. I mean, some of you probably know how that gets, especially if you're online and on video. All of a sudden you're like, oh man, another one. So I love doing them, but at the same point, it gets kind of really monotonous.
Hey, I just came back from sabbatical, so I'm with you.
There's another famous one on sabbatical too that I just saw made a video the other day. So
yep.
I don't know. We all need to like coordinate our sabbaticals so that there's never one of us, gone.
No, don't worry. I'm still here. I'm waiting to take a sabbatical.
So here's the difference with Douglas is you do this for a living, so you're always gonna be here. Like I don't get paid. I don't sell shave soap, so
It's true. I'm always going to be. Well, actually, no. There's a difference though. There's other artisans and vendors that don't do, that aren't here weekly. Like I can see the burnout, but like I also like a good challenge too, and it's kind of like every week I have to challenge myself to, or to find a guest or to put it together, to keep it going. Like I don't know. It's just after Mustache and Blade when that happens, when it dissolved. Well, it didn't dissolve. It just Ryan. Life happens. And I felt really bummed about that. Like, we had it going weekly and like, everything was, I don't know. So this time it's like, nope, it's not going to stop. So I do it to myself. That's what it all comes down to.
Well, I'm pretty amazed because it's hard to do a show weekly, especially like this. So it's pretty
Every
awesome that you guys keep it up.
No.
The one I missed.
And I'll
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'll give Douglas a lot of credit. I get to just show up every week, so it's kind of cool. Douglas does do a lot of that running around the back. I don't do a damn thing. I don't study nothing. I don't prepare. I just come out here and let my natural charm shine. And
David's even sitting on the toilet.
Exactly.
I mean, he can do whatever he wants.
He locks up. He's in the family bathroom an hour every week.
It's not the toilet. Everybody keeps saying.
There's a towel sitting behind you.
Well, he probably.
Yeah. Who put the towel on?
Yeah, because you gotta, wipe up after you're done.
It's eco-friendly.
If I was really on the toilet, I'd be shirtless because when I have to use the toilet, I'm naked.
Oh, okay.
It's just there's no clothing.
Well, that's good. Now we know.
So I would not be able to sit on my toilet.
More information than we needed.
But like for me, Douglas talked to me about doing this, and I was in San Francisco this week, so I finally got back today. And I didn't have time to set anything up, so I got almost like a sleeping bag behind me. If everybody's looking,
yeah. Someone was commenting on that.
Somebody said that's a big sleeping bag.
I just wanted to have a backdrop that didn't look like dirty clothes. Okay, so.
Hey, real quick, Busta, are you on Instagram?
I was on Instagram, but I closed it down. But I'll get back on.
That's why I couldn't find you.
Yeah, I told you I got burnt out, and here's the thing that really gets me. Okay, so anybody else who does shave videos, or if you're thinking about doing shave videos, this may or may not happen to you, but I'll post, I think I have over 100 videos, but after a certain time, I start thinking, man, I really don't like that shave video I did on Arco or the one I did on, whatever. Because like, I don't feel that way about that anymore, Specifically, I did a video about the one razor that one that sold at Walmart and all that razor. And the one that sold by the guy on
Microtouch.
Yeah.
Microtouch one.
Yeah, the Microtouch one. So I did a video on that, and it was an okay video. But after using it for like another month or so, I was like, man, I really wish I had never done that video because I would rather take it down because I don't believe what I said in the video because it's kind of changed. So part of me, when I get in these sabbatical kind of modes, I literally go to my YouTube and want to turn everything off. Like I just want to take all the videos where I didn't like them and I turn them off. So I did that for a while. I actually took like, I don't know, 60 or 70 videos and I just turned them all to unlisted. Mm-hmm. And everybody started contacting me. What happened to all your videos? Where's your video? So the only ones I left were like,
dude, I started getting contacted because of that shit.
Sorry.
I started getting harassed because of that. Oh my God, what happened to Busta? Is he okay? Because all his videos are gone. I'm like, just fucking relax. He's fine. Shit. I'm sure.
So I did take them off, but now I put them back on. So I just go in these modes where I'm like, I'm serious. I'm like, screw wet shaving, screw the community, you know, get off these forums. Because it's such some days it's such drama. And then I'm like, oh, I feel better now. So I get back on.
Especially when it's a hobby for us. You know, we do it just for the love of the hobby, and it's not. I mean, Douglas puts up with it because it's a job. You know,
well, he loves it too. Sure.
Yeah, it's more than just. I couldn't do this with anything else. Let me tell you.
In the situation that I'm in right now, I'm actually burned out of the community on stuff that they do on their personal pages because my timeline is flooded with just so much fucking hateful stuff all the time. Well, like I don't care what your political preference is, whether you're Republican or Democrat. I don't care. You could have whatever opinion. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't concern me, and I don't care. But it's just so excessive, and I'm burned out from social media because of that stuff, not the shaving stuff. The drama has even been dialed down quite a bit. You know, a lot of people have gone to their neutral corners, and we don't hear a lot of the bullshit. Mm-hmm. But just seeing my timeline is flooded by just all this fucking just stupid shit. It's just I can't do it no more. Yeah. And that's why it's like I'm not on social media much no more. Or at least Facebook. I'm a little bit more active on Instagram. But in terms of like Facebook, I just can't do it no more, man. Because everybody believes that they're right. Everybody believes that they could do a better job than the damn president. You know, and it's just like I've always been uncomfortable talking shit about people that I obviously can't do a better job than them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm obviously not running for president, so why the hell am I gonna talk constant shit? Yeah. And I'm talking about not just one article a day, but it's like 30 articles to where people that I genuinely used to really like, and I still like them, but I unfollow them from Facebook because it's just toxic.
Yeah, I unfollow and I leave them as friends, but I unfollow. Yeah. I hear some feedback.
Yeah, there was a little echo there. Yeah.
So speaking of David and social media, so David added me on Snapchat, and then the next day I went to read one of his stories, and it was like 3 minutes of his football players practicing. I was like, dude, nobody wants to watch this for 3 minutes.
Yeah, dude, people love it. Oh, actually, everybody's requesting.
I had to wait for I swear to God. I had to wait for your story to end so I could watch the rest of the stories.
People have been requesting copies of the video, and can you edit it all together? And dude, that was like a freaking internet sensation then.
I hear you. But anyways, so the one thing that gets me back to shaving, or at least shaving on camera, is I still get comments from people who send them either through Facebook or Gmail or whatever, or YouTube, and say, man, thank you so much for doing these videos. It's what got me in. And I tell people in the videos, I'm not an expert. I just use a lot of crap, you know? And so I'm serious. Here's the thing. But here's the thing. Like, if I've driven 100 different cars, odds are I have a better understanding about how cars drive than if I just drove one car, right? So I'm not saying I know exactly what's going on with my wet shaving, but I do know that after using like 50 to 60 razors, probably more, I know quite a bit about how razors are different and how they react. So while I'm not an expert, you know, if you're not a person that's new, or if you're new to this, or you don't have the same kind of collection that like me or Christopher Bailey has or somebody like that, you might learn something. You might say, oh, okay. You know, now that said, until you use it yourself, you're probably not going to really know what it's like.
Right.
So. But that got me back in. Like, I was like, okay, how do I do videos where I'm happy again, but it doesn't? Because one of the things is, and it's not because I'm trying to sell products. I mean, nobody pays me. Nobody tells me, hey, share my product, and I don't want to do that. But at the same point, when you're on camera with it, especially if there are people in the wet shave community, you almost feel really bad if you don't somehow make it look good. and I'm not doing that. But so that's what's hard for me is I don't want to leave the community, but at the same point, I don't want to be on camera all the time thinking I have to make something better than it is. So that was kind of tough.
Yeah. No, it can be tough because sometimes when you get the stuff for free, you do feel obligated, whether you're conscious of it or not, and that always affected me too when I was doing reviews. That's why I tried to buy everything, but you still get free stuff thrown at you, and it's like, at the back of your mind, it's like it does play a part.
Yeah, so I give real feedback, and I did it a couple times where actually somebody like that was an artisan vendor was mad at me for it. Like they literally talked. No, it wasn't you. But they contacted me and they're like, "Oh, they're like, no, man, that's cool." They were like, "This is my livelihood," and I'm like, "Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say what it was." But there's been a lot of vendors that contact me for different reasons. But I was like, I didn't mean in any way to disparage your product. I was just sharing what I was dealing with, So.
And generally, all the artisans and vendors that I've worked with have been cool about that. Like, you give them your candid feedback, and if I have negative stuff, I'll usually go to them privately and just say, hey, this is what I think, and I don't, you can choose whether or not I'll make the video and to say you can choose whether or not you'd like it to be out there, and leave it up to them, and leave it up to them to improve on their product as well. And then when people ask me individually, like privately, what I think about it, then I'll tell them. But I just don't necessarily broadcast it out.
Yeah, I hear you. At the same point, though, and I hate to be this way, but if you've got, I don't know how many followers you have, but I have like 5,500 followers. Yeah. If you have that many followers, if you actually use something that isn't that good or you don't like at all, part of me is like, well, if I don't share it with them and they buy it, it's like, so I don't know.
It's a double-edged sword. You hate to be negative and to say that this is a bad product, don't use it, but you also feel a responsibility to say this is a bad product, don't use it.
And I love interacting with them, but at the same point, I can't deal with like 100 messages a day. Like, hey, Busta, what about this? What about this? I'd rather just get it done in my channel. I used to have a lot of people from India and the Middle East contacting me all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, why are these people contacting me all the time? And they just had question after question, and it's cool, but it was too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's the main reason I've been away. But in addition, I've just been trying to get used to life here in Florida. And the cool thing is they have a South Florida wet shavers group, and they're really nice people. And I haven't got to meet up with them yet. I think they just had a meetup, but I plan on going to their year-end meetup, and that's neat because now it's just a group of people that are all about Florida, which is where I'm from. In New Mexico, there was like 3 people that wet shaved, I think, because there was like nobody out there.
Yeah.
So
I know of one other person besides you, and that's Joey Gabbert. Because you and Joey Gabbert are the only 2 human beings I know.
Okay, well then I know 2, and then I have a friend that wet shaves. He's out there. His name's Joey too, but it's not the same Joey.
Wow. What are the chances of that? Yeah. No, you've come home, Busta. I mean, like the South Florida guys are perfect for you. You could be like, I don't know. You ever see the island of Dr. Moreau? Yeah. You just a little mini me maybe, but no, I really think it's going to be great once you guys all connect, because those guys are so passionate about it, and they really they just took with it.
Yeah, they've built soaps, they've got their own aftershave, and they talk all the time. They do everything. Yeah.
It's like, you guys want to go roller skating together this weekend? Okay, it's on. And then they're like live, like, hey, it's South Florida West roller skate. I don't know.
And they're always live. They're always live on Facebook. Like either John Romanoff or one of them is live on Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
Like right behind them. So it's like no, it's really cool. So I think you definitely need to spend some time with those guys. But so you're back. What do we have to look forward to for videos? What do you got coming up?
So, I'm mainly just trying to do a lot more videos where I'm just shaving and talking instead of trying to say, now the one thing I did do this last video was I've been getting back into my Badger brushes, David. I know you're going to like that. And I've gotten a lot of Badger brushes that are like between $50 to $100, some even a little less. And to me, I consider those like economy brushes. Mm-hmm. If your Badger's less than 100, it's not an expensive Badger, in my opinion. Because once you get over 100, it's expensive. Once you get over 150, it's ridiculous. Once you get over 200, you don't even need to buy a brush. It's just ridiculous. But there are some. I mean, there's $300 brushes out there, and they're good brushes. It's just they're expensive.
Yeah.
So what I have been
They're
doing,
unnecessary.
oh yeah, they're meant to be unnecessary. So the last video I did, I took a Matthew Martin brush, thebrushguy.com, that guy, and I compared it against my Vilong Lord Randall, which is one of my favorite Badger brushes, and it was good. I mean, it was cool because I could show people that I really liked, what I didn't like, and one brush is significantly under $100, and the other one's over $100. So that's my plan, is to go ahead and do that with as many low-cost Badgers as I have, and I'll probably do that over the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks.
Cool.
That Lord Randall's an awesome brush. I'll tell you that. And I'm trying to Vilong that Zach likes to shave. Let me borrow.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Vilong, they're pretty impressive. I want to explore into getting
For
one of
the
the brushes.
price.
They're damn good.
So here's the thing about Vilong.
I'll be doing a video.
Here's the thing about Vilong that's always gotten me. I cannot feel glue in the knot. Like, it's almost like somehow they don't put the knot together like with glue, or they do it differently. But in a lot of brushes, when you push down, you can feel a little bump.
Yeah.
With this one, there's like no bump there, which is really cool.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I never even thought about it before, but yeah, V-Long is like that. Even the horse brush is like that too. The horsehair, which is an awesome. It's probably the best horsehair brush out there on the market, I think. Anyways,
I really liked my horsehair brush from them. My only problem with it was that the hair tangles with horsehair.
You gotta comb it. You gotta comb it and condition it.
I've still never tried one of those.
So
I've never had a horse.
I
love it.
I used to have the red Vilong.
Yeah.
But then again, it tangled a lot, and it was kind of scritchy. So I ended up buying a white horsehair one, and I like it a lot better.
Yeah.
So for me, the white horsehair it's a little bit sturdier. It doesn't tangle as easy, and it does not scritchy as much. So I don't know what they do. I don't know, how different it is in real life, but that's kind of.
Yeah, you're right. I think maybe for me it's more aesthetics. I just like the color of the orange handle and that brown horsehair. It's really.
Oh yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
But I generally didn't like it.
And the interesting thing is that the tangles, it comes from just lathering with it, and it starts in the center. You ever notice that? It's like this little nappy like dreadlock in the center. You really got to treat it like a.
So when I used to use the red one, I never lathered in circles because I'd get immediate tangles.
Yeah.
I would just I would almost like paint lather,
Yeah.
Yeah. And
typically, I would use it. I didn't use it often for face lathering. I used it for bowl lathering, so I was already painting it on for the most part.
Okay.
But I think that's good to point out. I'm sorry. Go on.
Somebody just mentioned on there whipped dog. So I used to have a whipped dog Badger. I might get another one just to do this kind of comparison, but I had my whipped dog a long time ago. So
fair enough.
But yeah, so that's my main thing with the videos. What I'm trying not to do is, here's my thing. Either with videos, I want it to be kind of like off the cuff vlog style, where you see me get on and start shaving, or it's going to be a production. I can't do in the middle. I just really can't do in the middle. It's either got to be really damn good, like where it's got cuts and it's got, intros, or it's got to be just me getting on. And right now, I don't have the time. I don't have the time to do the high production. So I literally put my cell phone on this little sticky thing I have for the mirror, and I turn it on, and I go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now the one thing I haven't done yet, and Douglas, you sent me some stuff. Right now, I have a pretty small bathroom I'm shaving in, and so all you see behind me is a white door. So in the next couple of weeks, I got some posters from Douglas, and I've got some other stuff that came in from like Peter Sharkalis and Chris Cullen. And so I want to put more like shave related like posters and shave related stuff on the backdrop. So if you're watching, if you want to send me stuff, let me know. Even if you're not part of this, if you're just watching, shavebusta@gmail.com. So just shavebusta@gmail.com. You can get a hold of me and either mail me something I could put up on the wall, or just send me a picture and I could try to print it out, things like that.
David,
but I want to get
send Busta your door.
Oh yeah. Send me some.
Keep that shit clean, because once fucking Simon Kamash sees that shit, it'll never let it go. It'll never let it go.
We should send this thing.
There you go. I'll put that up.
Get one of these.
Send me that. I'm always so jealous of you, man. You got tons of cool like shave like memorabilia kind of stuff.
That's fun. My wife actually found that at Hobby Lobby.
There you go, Busta.
She's like, hey, you need one of those. I'm like, all right, whatever.
That's what I need to do, is go to Hobby Lobby. I do have this. I have this old like poster from Gillette. It's a advertisement for like an aristocrat from like the 30s or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I'll have to put it up eventually. But a friend of mine gave it to me when he had as a gift. He gave me a Gillette aristocrat. It was like a.
That's a nice gift.
It was one of the open combs. It's really nice.
Those are really hard to find.
Yeah,
that's on my dream list.
He says, I promise. He says, you can have this, but you have to promise to keep this poster and put it up sometime. And I still haven't put it up. Now, this is like years ago.
Do you have a lot of vintage razors, Busta?
You know, I did for a while, and I got to the point where I really think, and I could be wrong, because there's a lot of people that shave that love their vintage razors. Mm-hmm. There was 2 or 3 of them I really liked. Like I really liked the Aristocrat. But then I had like a lot of other Gillettes and a couple other vintage razors, and I didn't like them as much. My modern razors seemed to just have a better angle, or it was easier to find the angle.
Yeah,
so
I started never know what you're gonna get with the vintage. You don't know the life it's had and whatnot, so it's not like the modern ones where they all come out the same. You know, the reason why I asked though is because sometimes you get the instructions with them. You know, and what I've begun doing is framing them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so people out there, if you have instructions, photocopy them and send the copy to Busta so he can frame it and put it up.
There you go. Well, the other thing is, you know how like the Gillettes came in the containers a lot of times and it said how much they cost, like the $1.95 razor. Yeah. And I was like, man, can you imagine paying $1.95 today?
We were talking
about Razor.
Oh, Busta.
I challenge Razor Rock Joe, $1.95 razor. He can do
it. Hey, Busta, do you know Herbert Cotton?
Heber Cotton.
I have his pamphlet on. Oh, I did.
He opened up a shave parlor, and he also made half of this barbershop. You know, it's a barbershop. Half of it like a museum with all kinds of. He has like, probably well over 100 vintage razors. Oh, yeah. He has a bunch of just vintage paraphernalia from barbershops and old shaving kits, and it's just awesome. So the next time you come here to California, man, we'll take a trip out there. It's about 30 minutes from my house. Dude, you'll love it. Cool. I have a ball when I'm there.
Yeah, man, I need to get out there again. I really missed going to. I really wanted to go to Big Shave West, but I couldn't make it happen. So I'm going next year for sure. I told Doug, listen, I'm only going to do 2 meetups next year for sure. I might do more, but these are the for sures.
Yeah.
One in New York City and in the Big Shave West.
That's good.
Because I love New York City because of Pasteurs. You cannot beat Pasteurs.
It's Mecca.
Yeah, because it's not even like it's big enough for like 5 people to fit in that aisle. But yet we get 40 people in there, and it's just so awesome.
Yeah, no, it's like a clown car, Pastor's Pharmacy. You get 40 guys in the aisle there. But, Big Shave West 3 is going to, and after talking to people today at the meetup, everyone is going next year. At least the 60 people that were here today are. So I can only imagine what everyone else is thinking, too. So next year is going to be, if we thought this was crazy this year, next year is going to be insane.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be off the hook. The buzz still going around right now.
So we don't have dates for that yet, do we?
It's typically the same weekend every year.
The third weekend in April, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think for this Big Shave West 3, me and Douglas should wrestle on stage.
I was thinking Twister. Crisco Twister.
Twister, okay, there you go.
Crisco Twister.
We can get like 4 of us twistering it. There you go.
In shave oil.
Yeah, a mud mask wrestle.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, but no, instead of using like mud to lather, we're gonna use like shave soap. Whoever has the slickest soap. There you go.
God.
Dude, that stuff's slippery. If we get enough shave soap. Oh, dude. I wonder if there's a world record for the largest lather. We should do that.
Well, the thing is, this is what I wanted to do. Wasn't this Big Shave West? This was the one before. I contacted Guinness Book of World Records because I wanted to pass out razors and the same soap and the same brushes and see how many people could have wet shaving at the same time. The thing is, Guinness, they don't have a category for that. They have shaving, but not traditional shaving. I was trying to get in there. And what Guinness wants is money, like if it's a corporate event or whatnot. So they want you to pay for this because they'll send a person down there. Or you can do it on your own, but then really make you jump through hoops, and they're not really willing to work with you unless you're going to spend some money as a company.
I'm just saying, we could get like a giant vat, like a big bowl, and we make this. We just put all kinds of soap in there and lather it together. This would be the largest lather in history.
Well, I don't know. Damon has that huge Kent brush. It's like this big around,
And then everybody that comes to Big Shave West can, like, before they leave, they can get a little bit of the lather on their brush. And
we'll have a little charm that they can capture the lather and wear it around.
There you go.
Water from Lords or something.
But I'm gonna be there. It's gonna be fun. I saw some of the videos after Big Shave West 3, and I was like, man, why didn't I go? I was so disappointed that I didn't go. So
you weren't
not gonna happen.
You weren't alone. A lot of people. Honestly, I watched that video and I was like, why didn't I go to Big Shave? Oh wait, I was there.
jeez.
It was a powerful
We were just so
documentary.
busy the whole time. It felt like we weren't there.
It's true. Pneumonia.
Yeah. Well, it was a cool setup with the whole like table where it's like it was really cool.
It was fun.
The round table
Oh
setup.
yeah, I wanted you on that. Remember, I asked you a while ago for that to be on the roundtable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you had too much. Going on.
I had prior commitments, too much going on. Literally, that week was like the second week after I had. So I got to Florida like April 7th. That's when I started my job, or April 11th, somewhere around there. Then I was there for like a week. Then I left off to do ShaveCon because I had promised somebody I was going to do that, and unfortunately, I didn't want to get out of that because I made a promise.
Sure.
And Big Shave West was the very next week, so there was just I had to go back to work. I couldn't take 2 weeks off after being there for a week.
Mm-hmm. It would have been nice though. It would have been great. And you know what made up for it? Kind of was Rico's surprise visit. You know, him showing up out of the blue. It was like, okay, this kind of balances a little bit. You know,
and he finally got his beard off. That was the fact that he got his beard shaved off there was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you know, I have to admit the guy looks cool with a beard. But man, it was so nice to see all that stuff just come right off.
I wish he kept the stash though. When the barber's like showing him with the stash still, it looked cool. He should have left that. Yeah.
So considering the beard he has, he needs to learn how to straight razor shave because that's so much better for his kind of beard. You know.
It was a cool beard.
Yeah.
And I think the difficulty for Rico though is I think he has pretty sensitive skin. So learn how to straight shave, you kind of beat your face up, and he probably doesn't want to go through that inconvenience and discomfort initially because you could rough yourself up pretty good learning the right touch.
Yeah, I gave him a straight razor.
Yeah, that's why I practice on animals. So you know what I mean.
You practice on
that. That going on.
I thought it was teddy bears.
Teddy bear. No, that's
unicorns.
Yeah, don't the stuffed animal activists are going to get pissed off, David. So let's keep it on the deal.
So going back to vintages, the vintages I do like, and I don't straight shave a lot, but when it comes to straight razors, I prefer my vintage over the modern ones. And I don't know if it's just the nostalgia, but I like the way they feel. Like I have a Wade & Butcher that's really, really nice and heavy, and it's just got a really nice feel to it.
I know which one you're talking about, and that fucking Wade & Butcher you have is absolutely beautiful, dude. I'm requesting that you leave that to me in your will.
Okay, sounds good. If you want to take that, you're gonna have to take the rest of the closet I have of stuff.
I'm with it. I'll drive a truck down to Florida and I'll pick it all up all at once.
There you go,
David. You actually forgot to hook me up with my Merkur 45 BTW.
Dude, it was fucking right there on my damn countertop. I told you I'd send it to you. You said, no, just give it to me. And then I forgot the damn thing. Well, that's what happens when we have meetups that are not close to my house.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to drive an hour back to go
now I
get
got to set up another meetup in California just so I can get this razor back from David.
October, baby. October.
So I have something. When I was moving, I think I talked to Douglas maybe that same week or the week before, and he's like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "I'm going to St. Augustine." He's like, "Oh, I hear that's a cool city, you know."
No, I've been there. I've been there.
You've been there. You know, it's a cool city. It's the oldest city in America. That's where I live now, and it's got a cool vibe to it. Like it just feels old. It feels like a really cool city. But in any case, Douglas just put out a soap, Agua de St. Augustine. I was like, I am proclaiming it my soap. Okay? He never put out a soap with my name on it. This is my soap. So that's what I'm saying.
You can have it. Agua Dulce. Subconsciously, I think it was in my head that you were in St. Augustine because we did have that conversation. Like I had such an amazing time at the Fountain of Youth when I was there like 10 years ago now. I mean, you can totally tell. But yeah, the Fountain of Youth, it was epic. And so when you brought it up and you were talking about it, I was like, oh yeah. So I think I did plant it in there. So you can Agua Dulce, when you hear that, Busta, hear Michael Bustamente.
There you go. There you go. Now I can say Douglas finally made me a soap.
Exactly.
Instead of
bathing in the fountain on the label.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe I will. Actually, maybe I'll change the label.
It's better than what were you going to do for me originally? Deodorant.
No one has a signature deodorant though. Like
I know.
Nobody wants a signature deodorant.
Oh, hush you.
You might as well ask for signature toilet paper.
Right?
There you go.
Yeah, coming from David.
So that's a good point, David. You know how because David's toilet roll is always in his videos. The toilet paper roll. You should get yours embroidered with the Shave Live. You should get yours embroidered with Shave Life,
Brandon
so people
toilet.
always see that.
Now I know whose face he wants.
I'm
on
gonna
the toilet
manufacture
paper.
some kind of cover.
There you go, a
Some kind of
cover.
cover for my
Yes.
road cover right there.
So here's the problem. I'm always on camera, but you know, I put my camera so I'm like you could see me shave. They can never see. I'm always usually wearing one of these shirts.
Yeah.
Or something similar. You know, I'm usually wearing some kind of shave shirt, but nobody ever sees it.
Yeah.
So I've got to figure that out. But
Yeah, I never wear pants when I'm on the show. So
oh god.
What
And
I
he's in
do.
public right now, so
Oh yeah. And I ride a motorcycle. That's a
voyeurism, maybe.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm in a bar. You notice how quiet I am today?
Oh, that's awesome.
So you're doing this with the Wi-Fi at the bar?
Yeah.
That's pretty
Wow.
good.
Yeah. No, it's
He's
really.
pretty. He's like you're
That's
like
how we did it
you're like
last
crystal
week.
clear.
Well, thank you. No, it's really. Yeah, it's.
I can see all the blemishes on your skin and everything.
Those aren't blemishes. Those are intentional. Those are beauty
I'm
marks.
just kidding.
Beauty marks. Those are tattooed on. Yeah, no, it was really. I mean, it was an epic meetup day. It was really so many people here. It was unbelievable that they all fit into this. I mean, it's a pub. We're pretty much in a pub, but man, you guys missed out, and now everyone's missing out on the show. Now they're all somewhere else, and I'm left here to my own devices.
So how many people were there?
About 60,
Wow.
more or less. Yeah, and
So Mantic was there. Any other people of notoriety? Not to be mean to people that aren't of notoriety, but
well, Adam of Stubble Trouble. I mean, this was his kid.
Oh, okay,
So,
yeah.
Adam
Really
was
cool
here.
guy.
yeah,
I mean,
and I've never used
Gail's
one of his
here.
videos. Oh, well, there she is.
Yeah.
But I've never used Adam's Stubble Trouble on camera, but I love his soap.
It's awesome.
I have like 2 or 3 of his soaps. They're really good.
Really
He did
good
the
stuff.
official.
Hey, was John Perry there?
John Perry was here.
John Perry.
I'm gonna forget a lot of
I
people.
love John Perry.
I've been doing this all day.
Favorite human being.
Was Jaime Cobos there?
Yep.
Okay, I like
And
Jaime.
he brought his cousin, Eric. He just found out through his mother that his cousin straight razor shaves. And so they have this new connection that they never had before. So that was a really interesting story. It was really just a great time. Like people from all walks of life were here today. And it went by way too fast. They always do. But I mean, like this went by really fast.
About John Chambers. You meet him?
I think I did.
Yeah.
Oh, John of course I did.
Yeah.
Captain John?
Yeah, he was. He's a guitarist. He would have been wearing like a Martin and Company t-shirt, black t-shirt. I think he and Jaime probably came together.
Yeah, no, I saw John. I'm trying to think who else was here. Steve Platt was here. I got Gail writing me notes on who was here. You gotta understand, she was by the door, so she was really like, she saw everybody, and I was like tucked in a corner, like hidden, and doing the best I can with what I had. But
That's cool.
oh yes,
That's
okay. And then we also, I'm sorry, I forgot to even mention this, but what was cool about the Space City Wet Shaving Meetup? I mean, not only are we in Space City, but we had a professor from NASA come down and give a lecture, like a PowerPoint presentation rather, on how astronauts shave in space.
Oh.
And it was about a half an hour long on
Wow.
2 TVs across the bar. So that was really neat.
That's
That was really cool. Yeah, and I think someone's going to post it on YouTube, but it was a really cool lecture. Like, I thought I knew a lot. Is that David?
I don't know what David's doing.
I thought I knew a lot about shaving in space, but no, this guy really schooled us today. So, yeah.
So what do they use?
I'm sorry?
Like what kind of razor do they use in space?
Different razors all throughout time. I mean, originally they weren't focusing on shaving in space because the missions were shorter and whatnot. And it's just one thing that they hadn't gotten to that yet. The technology hadn't, it wasn't there for shaving in space. So that was earlier missions. And then later, different razors, different models, some electronic ones, so on and so forth.
Because you can't use water, right?
Right.
No. And so it's like a hydrated. Well, now I know they're using like a hydrated gel, but back then,
Okay.
yeah, it was a whole process. Oh, and shaving
That's gotta be-
with a vacuum too. So there'd be a vacuum line hooked up to it as well. So it's like your electronic clippers with a vacuum or with a
Huh.
yeah. So there was all different methods. I missed a lot of the lecture because I was too busy. I was caught behind a table, and I had people like do my face. But what I did catch was pretty awesome, and just the fact that he showed up. And so I'd like to thank Gail for pulling pulling Dr. John into it was Dr. John actually too, which was really funny. So I was fitting for a shaving meetup to
So Gail saved your ass this whole time.
Yep. Gail is always saving our asses at these meetups. She's pretty much the glue that keeps us all glued together at these things.
That's cool.
You know, so that happened. But I mean, I'm trying to think what else was going on. Oh,
what was the signature scent? The signature? Did you have a signature soap, or a signature aftershave?
Yeah, Adam created the soap, and I did the matching aftershave, and where is he? He ended up sending me. Oh no, he gave me the list of what he was using, the ingredients in the soap, and I created the aftershave around that. And I honestly can't remember the notes to save my life right now. Give me a second. Bergamot.
Oh, David's gone.
There we go. Bergamot, sandalwood, and bourbon. There was one more.
Oh, I saw that, and I was like, man, I want to try that.
Yeah, I think I have an extra bottle, Busta. So just remind me, and someone will make that happen. But yeah, it came out really, really. And the thing is, so he's using essential oils. He's just giving me the list of his essential oils he's used or fragrances, but he didn't tell me the companies they came from. So I had to find my own. You know, I just used what I had. So like it was like it might work, it might not. It worked. It ended up working out really well.
Good.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I love bergamot, and I was like, man, that would be interesting with sandalwood and bourbon.
It would be. That's a combination I wouldn't have thought of.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there was a matching cocktail as well. There was a punch.
Oh, you're gonna have to send me that too.
Yeah,
It's bourbon based.
it was bourbon based. See, I didn't get any of that. I'm always I'm just learning about this now. Yeah.
So I have a question. It's bourbon, right?
Yes.
But if you do coffee, if you're a coffee snob, they have bourbon. So it's like, what's the difference? Anyways,
well,
another story.
No, it makes perfect sense. It's kind of like half and half. Like, why don't we call that whole?
There you go.
I need to find David. Where is he? Okay.
I don't know.
But I also got to feature a new prototype. I don't have it on me. I need to find. I might have to run out to my car to grab the newest stainless steel prototype that I debuted today here. It's really funny because I've been doing these like debuts of different prototypes. And I'm always thinking, like, the next day it's going to show up on social media. Someone had to have taken a picture of it. They never do. No one ever.
So I have a question about stainless steel. Is it less prone to rust?
It depends on what grade of stainless steel it is.
Okay, because I got a razor with stainless steel and it rusted.
Isn't that funny? And like that happens all throughout life. Like when you move in your first apartment, you get a stainless steel pan, and then it's like rusting, or a knife, and you're like, it's just stainless steel, and it wasn't rusting. It's the quality of the stainless steel. It's the grade. If it's like 303, there's more impurities than 304 or 316, and 303 has a high sulfur content. So that's going to give you problems. It's going to get tea staining and rusting, oxidization, unless you passivate it. I mean, there's a couple ways of dealing with it, and unless you do, you're going to end up with tea stains or rust somewhere down the line.
So what's the best way to get rid of the rust?
With stainless steel, you'd have to, with a razor like that, it's tough.
It's over. I got to throw it away.
Send it to razor for him. No.
Okay, there you go.
They'll buff it up. You can buff it out of there, but then it needs to be passivated, which can be done with let's see, like an acid, like
David's back, as he said 1,000
like 10 times is written. I'm back.
Oh, is he back? But like citric acid or lye, where is he?
Steve Hardy says soak it in vinegar.
You can use vinegar.
That could work.
Or citric acid. And then this all happened before you had it polished.
Oh, now I'm under Douglas now.
Are you? Okay. It never looks the same when I get it for the edited version, when I get the copy. But yeah, so that's pretty much the deal with stainless. And then once again, there's the
Bakelite.
Oh, Bakelite slant. Nice.
That's nice.
Oh
yeah,
that's nice.
DOC slant.
Open cone.
Is that something you're coming out with?
Yeah.
Dude, that's cool.
See the Phoenix?
Wow.
Yeah, so this is just the prototype. So it's not I don't know if I might do. Everyone liked the white in California. They think it looks like a stormtrooper.
It looks cool.
So I might just keep it. I wanted ivory, but I might stick with white. I might do white and black. I might do like mix and match with like a black bottom plate and a white top cap. I don't know, but yeah, this has been a long time coming. This has been like a year and a half of my life, like working on this one. So really stoked. And I love the
I have a question. When you're gonna release something like that, how do you determine whether it gets the Phoenix name or the Crown King name?
I flip a coin.
You flip a coin? Are you serious?
No.
No, I was just curious because I see some stuff released under Crown King, and I see other Phoenix, and I'm always curious about why.
Yeah, no. With most of my razors actually 99% of my razors are all Phoenix.
Mhm.
So whenever it's like I debut like a new, it's kind of like I want to go back. I want to be known for going back and grabbing some classic razors and reintroducing them to the world. Like this is based on the Fasan, a classic Bakelite razor, and I want that under the Phoenix banner. You know, like because it's symbolic of the Phoenix itself, as with some of these ancient designs that really never get a chance to evolve. They just disappeared from shaving history, and it's like, but this was fucking awesome. I mean, I can't understand why this disappeared, and so that's why I think we go with put it on the Phoenix banner.
Well, the Crown King is more. Weren't you intending for that to be like in stores, There's
that too, but I also want to have Crown King razors in stores as well. So that's why I did the Crown King DOC.
All right,
but. Yeah, but I don't know.
Is the Crown King DOC the satin one, or are they both Crown King?
The satin one is Phoenix. They're all all Phoenix razors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's one Crown King DOC and it has an acrylic handle, but I don't know if I'm going to be reintroducing that. I think I might just move all of Crown King over into Phoenix. It's tough. We're just kind of shifting our model right now.
Yeah.
But we have so many new releases coming up that I'm so excited about, and it stinks because unlike you guys who find out about the stuff like last week or this week and you're so excited to get it out, I've been waiting for this stuff for like 2 years, like a year and a half. Like this bagel, I've been waiting so long, and it's still not here yet, but we're so close.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff going on right now, actually.
There's so much, like, it's really like,
Well, if you send me that razor, you're guaranteed a positive review. Did I just say that?
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
There's like a poster of me in the background, too.
You're like, this is the best razor I've ever used, ever.
I just smile with it. I use it. And so should you.
I went to the future and talked to Future Busta, and he said it was the best razor here.
Future Busta. That should be the name of your new YouTube channel.
That's what I'm going to do, Future Busta.
That would be awesome if you had Future Busta videos and past Busta videos and you guys communicate with each other.
There you go.
Like wear a tinfoil hat.
You should do that.
Tinfoil hat.
Okay, what do we got? We got some questions and concerns. Okay. Who's talking?
Yeah, Florida is bad for rust, yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, I didn't even look at the questions yet. So,
Yeah.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. All costs on shake subs. Oh, I didn't see that yet, but we talked about it today.
Busta, are you making it to New York City next weekend? That's one of the questions.
No, I'm not. I just can't do that many. I told Peter I wanted to go, but I went to New York City, was it January or February?
Mm-hmm.
So I did that one, but maybe next year I'll get 2 of them, but it's just too much.
Yeah.
It'd be different if this was how I made a living, but I can't be flying all around the country for shave events. I wish I could.
Yeah.
I just don't have that kind of cash. So.
And Douglas does, so.
Well, yeah, but he's promoting his products.
I know.
Well, yeah, I guess I am. But the thing is, I don't feel like I need to do as much traveling as I do. I think it's passion driven.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of other people that are doing just as well as I am, if not better, and they're not out of here.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
But I just want to point you guys to, we're coming to the end of the show, and we totally missed all these questions coming in down below. Did you see any of those?
I did.
I think Busta can definitely answer some of those, especially the brush one.
Yeah.
But do you see the questions below, Busta?
Let me look.
Not to the side, but below.
Yeah, I'm looking below.
Okay, good.
How is it used to me? Buster, you make it? I only see 4 questions.
That's the longer one. It's the second one down. This is like asking why I need a second pair of shoes, or more than one pair of shoes.
Okay. I'm new to wet shaving. I found a synthetic that I really like. I'm making good lathers and everything I've tried. I've broken a cheap board brush, and I have another cheap board brush that came with some soap. What would I gain from trying a badger? Okay. So, honestly, it's all about face feel.
Mm-hmm.
Of my wet shaving day, my favorite part is building a lather on my face. I don't know what it is, but it's soothing to me. It's like that movement on my face with the brush. And if I use a badger, I get a certain face feel. If I use a synthetic, I get a different face feel. If I use a boar, I get a different face feel. A horse, another face feel. And I like the variety. Like I don't think there's a way to use the brush in a way that's wrong. So in my opinion, like if I build a lather with a synthetic today, I know it's going to be different than a lather I build tomorrow with a badger. They're both going to be pretty decent lathers, but I'm gonna just have a different experience. So that's why. But if you love your brush and you're about if you're about convenience and you don't care about face fill, like you just want to get a good lather, you want it to be fast, then just use the one brush. Synthetic's perfect because you'll get a quick lather. It'll be easy and quick cleanup.
Yep.
But if you want to have like a different face fill every day, with Badgers, it's just such a luxurious face fill. So it's kind of one of those things where you're just like, it's really weird. But I mean, it feels so good. I mean, David, you probably know this. It feels so good when you're building that lather on your face. So that's my suggestion. And it's kind of funny because
it's a matter of
it's kind of funny because I would never accept when I moved. Like I said, I had a giant tub of brushes with over 100 brushes, and I'm like, I would not expect a man to ever own that many brushes for his face. You know what I mean? Like you hear about women who have all these like makeup brushes and you're like, how could someone have that many brushes? And then I looked and I was like, holy crap. But it really is, it's about face feel. It's about, so what I would suggest is if you love your brush and you don't even care about anything else, just use your brush. But if you want to try different stuff just to get a different face feel and a different experience, I said in my last video that when I build a really nice lather, even with like a tougher brush, I get so much like joy out of it because I'm like, dude, I built that, And it was just a puck, and now it's this giant voluptuous yogurty substance that wasn't there before, and I made that happen,
Wow, I've never even thought about it like that before, but
it's enjoyable. Like
the lather Busta built.
Yeah,
I own this lather. I should look at the puck and I'm like, I owned you. I owned you.
I'm glad Busta answered that question.
grab like a really tough lather, like a Mitchell's Wolfat is when people complain about it. I'd be like, I owned you. I had you.
Yeah, I heard it actually a conversation about, it's funny the conversations I heard today because everything we've talked about was covered here. When you get like 60 people that are interested in one thing, like all these, you walk through all these conversations, like it's really neat because it's not like anyone owns those conversations. They're like wild animals in the woods that just like, it's am I drunk?
I wasn't gonna say
but you know what I mean though? Yeah. I'm exhausted is what it all comes down to. Now I'm reading about Florida is bad for rust and fungus.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely bad for rust because I never had a razor rust in Albuquerque. I could leave it sitting in a puddle of water and it probably wouldn't rust because it would dry out instantly almost. But here, like everything stays wet all day. It doesn't. You have to dry it yourself where it stays wet.
Interesting question here from Abraham. Which two companies would you like to see collab together? For example, I would like to see a PAA scent in the Big Slick Pomade Heavy Hold or a Sheer Revival Summer Scent Pomade as the Soap Commander soap. I don't know that I'm the person to answer on pomade.
I don't know if any of us are really.
Yeah,
I'm like Afro Boy right now here in Texas. Like that humidity, it's just something else. I'm gonna pick up a pick after this show.
It would be cool if there's more collaborations. I don't know with pomade, but it would be cool. It'd be cool to see products with two brands on it. I don't know how easy that'd be to do logistically because
we do it a lot. I mean, like even the last two meetups.
Yeah.
But I think more people are doing it. In fact, Dr. John and Kelly's Beaver Woodwright, they did a collaboration also. But what was cool about that is typically one person would do like the design also, but they both did their own individual designs, but it was under the same name. So I thought that was neat. So I think we are seeing more stuff like that.
Yeah, I want to see a collab between.
Just looking young, actually. I'm sorry, we're a little behind on that. Gail doesn't have headphones on, so she can only hear one side of the conversation. And she's writing me notes. So if I sound drunk, this is what's really going on. I'm just reading my cue cards.
Now, I will say that generally, wet shaving people I know look younger than not wet shavers. So I have a question: is there anybody in the audience or anybody that we know of that looks like an old wet shaver? Like, is there somebody that wet shaving isn't helping at all?
Tom
like
Brett.
Their skin looks like Tom Brett. There you go.
Is there someone wet shaving ain't helping at all?
Yeah, there's somebody like, man, I've been wet shaving for years, and my face still looks like Crater City.
Guys, we gotta wrap this show up. And the only reason why we do is because you started talking about Tom Brett. And he texted me. What's happening is I have 9% of my computer power left. I'm in a bar in the middle of Houston. and it's 5:55 Houston time. So,
can I say something real quick?
Oh yeah, I'm handing the mic to you, Busta. This is your show for the most part.
Oh, thanks. No, I just want to say, for those of you that watch me, people that like my stuff, I'm gonna do it more. I was busy, burnt out.
You and Houston, you're on fire right now. You've talked the entire episode.
I'm excited that you let me have time on the show because I love the show.
I was excited when I asked you. I was just being nice. I really didn't think.
Thanks.
No. I'm totally excited. You're on fire right now. I can only imagine. That's why in the beginning I was asking, what do we got to look forward to? Because you're ready to hit the ground running.
Yep.
Well, I got disconnected from the Shave Society and the Shave groups, and when you do that, unless somebody kind of invites you back in, you kind of feel like disconnected. Mm-hmm. So it's nice of you to invite me on the show.
Oh, you're always welcome, Busta.
I do want to get back into it. Yeah, and David, as soon as I can get a flight down to California, I'll come visit you. But it probably won't be anytime soon. Maybe end of the year or early next year.
I do want to give a real quick.
Well, we love to have you anytime, bro. So when you're always welcome.
I want to give a real quick plug to Aaron Joseph Ramon. You guys know him? Have you seen his work?
No.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Wow.
It has a magnet on the bottom. He makes brushes with magnets on the bottom, so you can stick it under your medicine cabinet.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he brought a couple brushes today that I was lucky enough to.
Does he have a brand or is it just his name?
He has an Etsy page. It's called Flashy Fin Works, and it's Works WRX. But
is that boar?
Magnet. Yep.
That's pretty.
So yeah, these are really. And Aaron's here with me right now. There he is.
Hi, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going?
Aaron, where can people find out more about you, about these brushes?
You can hit me up on Facebook or check out that my card's right here. I'll hold it up to the screen.
There you go.
Oh.
I've got my Etsy store there.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
You can just hit that up and I can do custom work for you, or you can check out what I've done.
I mean, I was like flabbergasted when he showed me these today, but it's the magnets things that, I mean, the bottom there.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, and they're beautiful too. They're like, it's just, these are magical looking devices. So, no problem, Aaron. Like, I was shocked when I saw these. So, but the magnet, I'm totally stealing that.
That's cool.
Stealing it. You heard it here first. Okay, excellent, awesome, guys. Well, this has been another killer roundtable. Busta, any last words for us? I'm at 7%.
I just want to say thank you. Thanks for having me on the show. You guys are all awesome.
Thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, we'll check back in, Busta, after your next 2 months video making again. We're gonna check back in to see if you're burnt out yet.
It's gonna happen, but like I said, I'll try to schedule it so I'm not burnt out at the same time as Bailey or something like that.
Yeah.
But hey, again, if anybody has stuff to send me, shavebust@gmail.com, and I'll put it up on my videos.
There you go. And we even have rotating items. So like, this is somebody sent me this last week.
Yeah. The reason I want to do that is if somebody's watching and they don't know what wet shaving is, I want them to know about the community while they're watching.
Yeah.
Instead of me having
a roundtable poster, like we'll do like a Brady Bunch, like with all our faces, Alice in the middle.
Yeah, it's definitely better than sleeping bag.
Yeah. Hey, rocking if you got it. So this has been episode 57, I believe, of the Wet Shavers Roundtable, folks. I'm sorry about the timing issue I had with the coordinating this with the actual meetup. I swear there was a meetup today, and it was awesome. But we'll be back next week. Guys, who's our guest next week?
I don't think we figured that out yet.
That's your job, bro.
I'll handle it this time.
The one thing you know will happen is David will always be on the toilet. So next week, David on the toilet.
Flushing Meadows. Thanks a lot for tuning in, folks. We'll catch you later. Until then,
shave it up.
Salud. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Stay city, bitches.